Okay. Hi, everybody. It's Valerie Sayre, International Marketing Director, and this is our weekly business training. We learned some extremely vital training and important today about your business partnership. Everybody has to renew between today and the end of the month. And there are multiple partners on our team that their check has already been held. Three things happened. I'll try to keep it really simple because Phyllis, you were on last night. It was a very difficult call, correct?
Yeah, I was surprised about the renewal part.
Yes, it was a difficult call because of course Sandy went in much more detail. So I'm going to do the very simple form. And Phyllis, since you were the only one on, I need you to help me make sure that you tell me, do you understand what to do and what happened without it being too complicated? Because we have to get people this taken care of now. Okay, so you're my, and you tell me if, nope, stop, Valerie, that, nope, that did not help at all. Okay, so you're in charge of interrupting me. All right,
Okay.
please. Okay, all right. So number one, some of this is because of the digital changes. This is not that people did something wrong. For example, when mine came up this week and I got it as an NMD, I ignored it because I knew my date wasn't till July. And last time at the end of last year, remember they said if you did automatic renewal, you'd have automatic renewal. Nobody has automatic renewal, even if you signed up for it. The digital changes were not something that people were just begging for. It was part of mandated by the government, just so you understand why they had to do these things. We're going through the same thing at my office right now, and we're even changing our medical software program. There are a lot of rules that have to be done when you are in business. So we want to know that you haven't done anything wrong. And we also know some of you are going to pay before your year is up. Some of you that are partners in Partner Plus got a year and a half free and you didn't even know it because you're not active and not checking anything. So what they did to try to compensate is give partners and Partner Pluses that were in 2023 to 2024, they actually got a whole year up to almost 2 years free. And I guarantee you none of those people knew because they're not paying attention to anything in their business. That was the best they could do to try to figure out how to compensate people that aren't real active, which was really gracious because you can imagine how much money that is. Okay, Phyllis, does that make sense so far?
Yes, and
Okay.
I did double check mine last night because my renewal date is October, which I
Yes,
did do, and
yes.
mine is still good.
Okay, good. So that's very important. There's going to be exceptions because it depends what level you were. It depends. So you can, what I recommend is nobody can assume they're okay. Nobody. You have to check. So what you need to do is two things. I'm going to describe it first, then I'll show you. Number one is go to your Juice Plus, backoffice.juiceplus.com. Okay. Right on the front, right when you log in, right, you have these circles, right? Right in the middle, it says when the renewal's due. And most of you are past due, even on this call. Okay. And again, it's not your fault. It's because of how things changed. Even if, like I paid in July, I had to pay 2 days ago. You've got to pay. Okay. And again, $52 is nothing. You want to think again, it's an investment. Websites cost thousands of dollars a month, like at my office. Yes, Kathleen.
Real quick, Valerie. So Phyllis said hers, she paid in October and she's okay. Now you and I started the same. So mine's July.
No, you're probably not. I don't know. You got to check your own. Phyllis is at a different level. Remember what I just said? Partners and Partner Pluses got extra time.
The levels. Okay.
Yes. If you are a QSC or above, you are due or past due.
Got
And
it.
you only have until the end of this month to renew. And if you don't, you are dropped and you will not be let in at the level you were.
Got it.
And quite frankly, it's a business. Then those people can be customers. That's all. So, but that's number one. Okay. Number two, if you're not sure, like let's say Phyllis didn't check, or she said, it says that, but I'm nervous. I don't want to lose my Juice Plus business. then she could do this next. This is where you go to renew. So you go to two ways. I'm going to show you the first way. You can just go to juiceplus.com. This is not my website, right? I just went to juiceplus.com. All right. If you've ever been a partner or a current partner, your next step is to log in. Okay. I'm going to log in. This all looks familiar to everybody on this call, correct? Everybody, please shake your heads. Okay. And if you need to take your microphones off, that's okay. We just don't want to interrupt too much, so we get this recorded. Log in. Okay. Then what you want to do is you want to go to the very bottom and it says partner renewal. Do you see the bottom in the black right here? Partner renewal. You click on that. Okay. And you can do that. That's the easiest way. Okay. Now, if partner renewal is not down there, that means, and there are people that are way past due, that are not paying attention to their business, and there's lots on our team, and every one of our teams, just so you know. Then what they do is you, like, I'm going to go back here for a minute. You log out. Okay. Then what they're going to do is they're just going to go to juiceplus.com because they don't have a website anymore. So if they don't have valeriesayre.juiceplus.com, they try to go to their website, they don't have it anymore. They're not a rep. They then hit become a partner, and they just fill it out like they're a brand new partner. If it's been within this window between now and the end of the month, if they are QSC or above, they will still get their same status. Okay. All right. Now, what's helpful to know is that when I got my instructions, it was confusing by the company. So this is what I did. I went become a partner. It wouldn't let me. Well, then I knew, okay, I need to go. I emailed them again and asked what to do. And basically I did what I said. I went to log in. I logged in with my information. Then I went down to the bottom. I'm like, oh, partner renewal. Okay. But if that is not there, then they have to sign up as a partner. They're not signed up as brand new and will be signed to someone else. Okay. But I want to make sure you hear this. It has to be before the end of May. There are no exceptions. Yes, Kathleen.
So if I'm hearing you correct, then, so the BP pluses, people that have been inactive, but they're still on my team, if they go do what you say, it's not going to say partner renewal because they've not been active for some time, but they're still on my team. And so they have to renew by the end of this month. Let me say this. And if that partner renewal is not there, then they go to my website, kstefanson.com.
Nope. They can just go to juiceplus.com because they'll be in the system still that they were a partner. Good question. Now, you can have them go to yours. That's fine. But it confuses people because even like most people, they're a rep, they go to their own. Like that's what I did. You know, instead of going to juiceplus.com, I went to Valerie Sayre, you know, and then the partner renewal was down there. But some people might have that active. They can go to just juiceplus.com. And then when I looked at some on my team, like I still have names there and they haven't renewed in a year and a half. They don't even have an order. I couldn't understand why they were still on my report. That's because they were partners or partner pluses, but that's going to end too.
And again, my only concern is I have had a customer who went to my website to order a product and her order went to somebody else.
Right. And that's where we have to be diligent about every single thing.
Yeah.
That's why I say you cannot just email people. You can email them, you can send them this recording, and you should text them and call them. Then as a sponsor, you've done everything you can. You cannot make them renew. You cannot take responsibility for everything. Okay. All right. Phyllis, how did I do?
Good.
Okay. Does everyone know how to go to their their backoffice.juiceplus.com? Yes? Okay. So again, if someone hasn't, just backoffice.juiceplus.com. Let me see if I can do it. This is where I'm not always good at this, but I'm going to try. This is where my navigation skills aren't always as good. So backoffice.juiceplus.com. And then right here, renewal. Now my next renewal is 5/5/2026. And even some of you that you know you paid and aren't due till July, August, it'll say like it was defunct 2 months ago. Okay, and this is part of all the new digital system. It's like everyone has to renew. Okay. Unless, like Phyllis, because she's a partner plus, that's why hers is different. But you cannot assume a partner plus is okay, because it depends when they started and when they paid last. And even Sandy couldn't answer that question. She said, you've got to have people go here and look or try to renew. Okay. Is everybody good? Okay. All right, great. Let me see if I can stop share. Okay. All right. So that's, yes, Kathleen.
I'm sorry, I'm all about crystal clarity.
Yep.
Went to my website and I know you're going to say just renew this month, but I just want to say it out loud, is that it says I'm renewing July 16th, 2025. Ignore
So did mine. So did mine.
You have to
Yeah.
do it this month. I'll do
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Sandy said if you are QSC or above, and she's been part of advanced meetings, no matter what it says, try to renew. If it won't let you, you're safe. But that has not happened with anyone I know, just so you know. So again, all these numbers are wrong. Once you renew, it will be right, unless you're a partner or partner plus. Okay? Okay, if she tried to explain other ways and these ways you can go in the back office, it was so confusing. And even then, some of the answers she didn't have. So like when I did our team of all of the reps, there were some people that already had their checks on hold. That means they will not get a check this month. They don't renew. That means they've also received an email and they ignored it. Okay, yes.
Another question. So I went to my site and so, and again, you might have said it, but I just need to hear it again. I cannot, so it says when to, I'm going to renew now.
Correct.
So when I click on that, it doesn't do anything. So I go to the juiceplus.com website to go down to the bottom.
No, if you are an active rep and you know your thing, go to KathleenStefanson.juiceplus.com.
Okay.
The reason I'm saying juiceplus.com is some people are already on hold. They won't have a website.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's got
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's really important. We need to stick with it. All the questions are warranted here. And again, there's another way to look for your team, but it was more confusing. I'm not going to teach you that. You've got to do it that way. The other thing that you can do, but like this is a great example, Kathleen, is if I go to back office and I go to yours, because you're on my team, I'll see it says you don't need to renew. That is wrong. So that's where we really don't want to do that. If you're active and you know people that are making $50 to $2,000 and they want to keep it, have them, and they're not a partner or partner plus. And even if they're a partner or partner plus, it depends when they started. If they already got a 1.5 years free, whatever, they're still going to have to renew. But Sandy said the most important thing is if you're QSC or above, you've got to renew before the end of May. Period. Okay. And if you get stuck on anything, I got stuck, I reached directly out to the company by email. And they got back to me within that day on this topic. Okay. All right. So is everybody, I want to make sure everybody okay. So even if it says like Kathleen's going to go and renew, correct? Marilyn, you're shaking your head no. So
I'm looking at mine and no, but I'll figure it out.
okay, wait, so let's note, this is super important. Okay, I mean, we can't do any business. We can't use the hub. We can't do any business if we don't have a website or a business. So this has to take precedence.
Okay, so
Okay, hold on, Marilyn. Let me do something. Do I have your permission to show your name?
Yes,
Back office.
yes.
Okay, give me a second.
Yep.
Okay, so let me just show you as leaders right here, right? The 3 lines. Okay, teams, team dashboard.
Yep.
Then here's all your who I sponsored, direct, and not. So let's go down to Marilyn. She's given me permission to show you.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay. So I'm going to click on Marilyn because I sponsored her. Okay, I can see this. If you didn't sponsor the person, you can't see this. Okay, right here, it says next renewal 5/24/2025. Okay, do you see that, Marilyn?
Yep.
You want to do it now. Because if you miss that, let's say you're busy or something and you do it June 1st, bye-bye, Maryland. Bye-bye, QSC. Okay, so you see your start date was June 23rd.
Mhm.
So technically you should have had, right, if we're just thinking how they said it for a while, you would have until June 23rd and an extra 3 months. All that's out the window. The other thing is once you renew this time, you'll be on automatic renew. Unless something goes wrong, but now the digital system's up. Okay, so here it says 5/24/2025, you need to renew by. Okay, so what is confusing for you?
Nothing. No,
Okay.
I got it. Nope.
Okay. Does that make sense for everybody? So you can do this for every team member. It's going to take time. But please, if it says something different and you're not a partner or partner plus, try to renew, please. Because there are glitches. And if you're QSC and above, no matter what, you only have till the end of May. And there are already people that are way past that are at that levels that have their orders on hold, their distributor, their check, they will not be getting their check. And there were lots on my list. Okay. Okay, Marilyn, good. I'm glad. Glad. Please, this is again super important. So we don't want people to not ask, or if I see confusion, we're not going past this until we're sure. Everybody okay? And then you got to try it and you got to look up your people. Okay. All right. Okay, good.
Can I
Number
share
two?
one thing?
Yep.
You can see all of your downline, even, even the ones not direct to you in the
That's
downline
correct.
partners.
Yep. That's correct.
And it shows all of the dates. So if there's a 2026 date there, then they're good. That means that they just recently.
But not if they're QSC or above, Colette.
Yeah, if there's 2026 dates, they just did it recently.
Okay.
I mean, I have like 5 of them. I had to do that
Okay.
like about a month ago. I saw
Yeah,
that.
okay.
list.
Then you're
I
fine.
went through the list and you can see all the renewal dates right there.
Yeah, you can, but that's
Even
not
if
what
they're
I
not
meant.
direct to you, I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is you should be, Kathleen should contact Debbie Mayo. Debbie Mayo should be contacting her people. I shouldn't have to contact everybody. I shouldn't have to contact everyone on Colette. We're all leaders here. And if you're getting money, sorry, you don't get money for doing nothing. It's a business. Okay. And it gives you an
they've been
opportunity.
getting it.
Yeah, and you get an opportunity to talk to your team. Their still team don't know about superfoods. They don't know about anything because they've just, just not engaging. And again, if they don't engage, that's not your problem. Then as long as you've done your job, you let it go. Okay. All right. Okay. Second quick thing is that the medical conference, we don't have a price yet, but again, there will be a nutraceutical conference. And we did find out there are automatic CEs for medical doctors, nurses, dentists, registered dietitians, and pharmacists. There are not for other health professionals like social workers. However, gay has always gotten CEs. Then you have to submit it to your group. But if you're with any of those, you automatically get a certificate at the end to submit as an approved, for sure, an approved. Anyone can pay and go to it, or a health professional like a chiropractor, but it doesn't mean it's approved. But almost always, because it's a medical nutraceutical conference, you can prove that you had the agenda that you attended. They will give you those CEs. Okay. All right. So that's important. We'll have more on that soon. We don't know how much it costs or anything. And then let me see, there was one other important thing. Oh, the whole agenda is different this conference. We're back to the way it used to be. So I'm going to tell you, you need to arrive Wednesday and you leave Sunday. Here's why. Because the conference, we have the nutraceutical conference in the morning, Thursday, all the way to 1. By the time you're finished, it's 2 or 3. Then there's breakouts for like New Gen, for Latinos. They're going to have all different things like that. Then Thursday or Friday is the 9 to noon. Noon to 2, the Burdicks are having a luncheon in celebration. And I need to know, does team want to go? You have to pay money and I have to pay a lot of money. So okay, Marilyn said yes. I have to know if you're going and committed, and everyone will pay ahead of time. Okay.
Well,
So
if
that's
Marilyn's going, I'll go.
okay. Good. All right. That's the way to go. Follow your leader that has what you want. That's right. And then what happens after that is then there's so that's Thursday. Of course, then we have then the rest of the day till 5. And then Saturday is the 9 to noon, but then 2 to 5 are learning labs on Saturday, which are great. And then there's a party Saturday night. And Friday night, of course, there's the gala. It's not called the Eltons anymore, but those are not a 12 club. You only have to have six qualifiers now. Anyone that has new 6 qualifiers can go. Okay, so the agenda's like it used to be. Medical conference, a little break. Of course, there's things for NMDs. Then there's some breakouts that are not learning labs, but you get a little time to adjust, enjoy the city. Then pretty much all day Friday, all day Saturday and Saturday night. Okay. All right. Any questions on that? Okay.
You
So we'll
might
go
hit
over that
this.
more.
I have a question.
Okay.
I think I heard just briefly, was it new QSCs can get a free Juice Plus Live ticket?
Yeah, if you're a new qualified senior sales coordinator, then you can get a free ticket to
Oh,
come.
senior sales coordinator, not
Senior
QS.
sales coordinator.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
senior sales coordinator. Okay, all right. Okay, thank you, Linda, for being gracious. And I did talk to Linda ahead of time because we know when someone prepares for a training, but it falls into what we need. If you have to leave before the time is up, but we're going to give Linda her time because we need these hubs trainings. And I have a hard time staying up late for the fire call. And last night I said to John, I have to start listening to every hub, everything, because what in the world would have happened if I hadn't been on last night? So we've got to commit to these trainings if you're serious about your business and helping your team, okay, and creating new team. The good news is new team, like I have a new team member, everything has been smooth as pie, not one problem. So anyone brand new, you don't have to say anything old. It's all wonderful. Okay. All
Great.
right.
So
Okay.
Valerie, are
Yeah.
you going to, did you stop the recording?
Yeah, so let me stop the recording. Thank you.
Okay.
Do you want me to keep it for yours? I think, what do you
If
think?
you'd like,
I think we
it's up
should.
to you.
Yeah,
It
let's
it
keep
just
it.
starts getting very long. All right,
It's
fine.
okay.
That's
People can,
perfect.
with the recording, people can listen to the first 24 minutes. I'll make sure I write that. That's super
Okay.
important information. If you want to keep learning, which is important, stay on.
Uh-huh.
You have to listen,
Okay,
please, the first 24 minutes.
great.
Awesome, Linda.
All right. So then I'm gonna go over computer stuff. And this is something that I want to remind everybody. So this was a lot. So I'd like everybody to just reset with a deep breath in and out, and like shake your hands or
I know it.
something. Get rid of the stress and tension, because our minds work best when we're happy and
Right.
unstressed and open. I always, when I was in school, I want to be a sponge for learning. I want to be completely open and focused on what's going on and what this transmission of knowledge. And so thank you so much for this opportunity. I've sent you the handout, but I don't want to display the handout. I'd like to actually go to,
And I co-hosted you, so go for
yep,
it.
I'm going to share now.
And I'm going to go to my computer too and do it at the same time. Make sure I know what I'm doing.
Okay. So I'm just gonna try to go to screen 2 and share that. I need to go to the home page. home, James, because I had just been looking at my team members. All right. So if you don't know how to get to the hub, it's so easy. It's the only thing under tools, hub, and it will come right up. And you see how there's a login? I have my password reminder set, so it's easy, couple clicks, and then I can log into the hub. And it knows who I am. So this banner, it's like if you saw something flip by and you want to go back to it, there's navigation bars here, so you can move it, can move it on the left or the right, these arrows. It's like, oh, you're like, oh, I wasn't finished reading that. Well, you can just make it move with the arrows. So this is going to be what is up and coming, or what they want to focus your attention on. This is the new stuff in the banner, important stuff that you might have an email, but here's where you come to learn more. So this banner is constantly changing. They'll update it with the newest things that are news, sort of. Think of that as your news flash. Okay, and then if you are a new partner, start here. This is welcome to Juice Plus new partners onboarding. Right? So it's like, maybe go through this with people. Because some people are super self-starters, so you won't have to. Most people are not. So then this Welcome to Juice Plus has lots of things in it that are really great. That we could go on a quick tour of Welcome to Juice Plus, and here it is. If you're a Spanish speaker, English, placing orders, again, placing orders, my next step. In English, in Spanish, just choose whichever language you're most comfortable with and go for it. And the thing is that sometimes it's really good, if you have a little bit of extra time, to go through this yourself and see what it's like, because they will change it. It's not going to be the same as when you joined 10 years ago. So then I'm going to go back. So they step you through all this stuff. I'm going to go way back. All right. So we've backed out of, you see how I use this navigation button up here to just keep backing out until I got to the landing page. So the thing that's changed is that it used to be all resources worldwide were there. Now they've separated it out for us, probably due to the digital transformation. They can do this easily. So they have customized US resources, and then all resources. So if you're somewhere else in the world, that's where you go. If you're in US based, you go here. Now, some of us will have Canadian team members, so we can still look at the international scene. And this is so good because you can find so much stuff here. You could, so I'm gonna just quickly go in here. And notice that it has a nice little search bar. So it's like, if you have some idea of what you're looking for, type the name in here. But if you can look at these categories to give you some idea. Now they still have Tower Garden in here, right? This is the hub that still serves the needs, links to Tower Garden. But what I really like is that products and research, and I went in here one time and I found these wonderful, there's these fact sheets. So it's like, for whatever category you have, and here's the reset, the newest thing, and then research, kosher certificates. Wow, there's 6 of those, right? So it's like, every time I come here, I see something new. Let's go to the superfood powder. So it's like lots of digital resources here. And then there's a Healthy Starts product fact sheet. So here we go. I love these, and I print them out and I have them in my backpack wherever I go. So my Healthy Starts fact sheet that I have printed out from 6 months ago is now outdated because it didn't include superfoods. So I need to download this one, and I'm going to go to the download this file icon right over here. I hope people can see that in enough detail. And when I download that and I save it to my computer, then I have it'll save in my downloads file. And then I'll be able to print it out. And it's, but I'm not going to take the time to do that. I'm going to just back out of here again. And go back to the main part of the hub. It's, for some reason, it's not doing that. All tools, edit. I'm the Zoom taskbar. So you can always go up here. This should take it to me. Take me back. That's swirling. I'm gonna get rid of that. Huh. Well, if all else fails, I can go.
Can you X out of it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna X out of it because if it's not navigating,
And I was
right.
able to go back fine, so it's probably because of the Zoom, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna close all the tabs. No, cancel. I'm gonna
And-
close out of this one just. Okay. So am I still sharing? No. I'll share again. I'm gonna share screen 2.
And they redid
And-
the books, like where Linda's showing you under US resources, they redid the compensation plan. We had someone on our team that has a new potential rep and she wanted the compensation program. They were great. I not only downloaded them, I stayed up late and read them. They were really helpful.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they were, and beautiful. Yeah.
So, so we're now in this the global. So there's so much. So you can see what I was really impressed is that there are every country you can look and see and find the information that you need if you happen to have a prospect in another country. You can share this with them. And I'm gonna get out of here. But the fact sheets are constantly being upgraded. And so you're saying the business as well. There's
Under business, yep. Yeah.
right. So we have wonderful resources underneath here. And instead of navigating down each one of these and showing you that, you can do that on your own time. And I'd say that one of the best ways to learn this is to show it to someone else. You'll find out where the gaps in your knowledge are, and that's a good thing. Right?
Yep.
So now I'm back onto the main page. And so we have, you can see, so then the next thing I'm going to talk about, and then we're almost done, is the training courses available. So there's US training courses, international course catalog, and then this is something that I've enrolled in and I haven't completed because I was going through at one point because I was just forced to sit around. I got on here and I looked at every training and I'm like, I need to look at every training because there's something good in here. I was really impressed with the Luminate training. When that first came out, bam, they had a training right away for us. And it was really good, interactive visuals. It went over things and it had a little quiz at the end to make sure that you check your knowledge. So it's great. And then you take it over and over again until you get all the answers right, because that's what you're trying to do is have these things at the top of your mind. Does it have, does this have rhodiola in it? Yes, it does. I can't tell you what rhodiola is, but I can Google it, right? And so here's sharing with others. that's the next course that I'm going to resume. It'll keep your history, and then other useful links is there's going to be leaderboards, your company leaderboards. And so that is ranks you amongst the people who've accomplished the number of training courses. So I don't know why they're doing this, but it was really fun for me because I got ranked up like number 5 at one point. and other people have surpassed me now because I haven't kept up with my learning. But it was really fun. So you go to Training Leaderboard United States and you can see all the other people that are really gung-ho on getting all their training. So what's new is to keep up. It's like here's another in it goes back in time. So new product launching in 2024, that was of course our beloved Illuminate, and then frequently asked questions, that's good.
Yeah.
And inbox. So I tried sending somebody a message in the hub, and but there's also useful things like you can get your hub password reset, right? And then there's all kinds of things where you can view your transcript of your last training. So the company is getting really serious about these trainings. It's like it's a really, they track it for you and you know where you're at. So it's like if you have time, if you have, instead of watching something that's
Make
merely
time.
entertaining, right? So it's like it's make it count. One of my mentors, my virtual mentors, is Brian Tracy, and I remember it's outdated now, but he goes, when you're driving around in your car, are you going to listen to music or are you going to listen to a training tape? Are you going to listen to something that's merely entertaining? I mean, there's nothing wrong with music. I love music, but focusing your mind when you have something to accomplish and you want to keep your mind sharp, listening to a training while you're driving around instead. And that's it. Exactly. It's like, how much of the time do you want to spend just being entertained, which is passive, not growing your brain? And how much of your time do you want to grow your brain and exercise that brain as a muscle? I think of my brain as a muscle that if I tone it and I use it just like I with my body. I go to the gym and I'm listening to something, an audiobook. So that's it for the hub. And so I want to open it up. Do people have questions? Do they want to go back to the back office and look at more things? Because I figured out from the instructions that were on Voxer how to look up your team members and everything. So what do people want? Let somebody else talk for a moment. Do you have any observations, comments, questions?
Take your microphone off. Kathleen, you kept raising your hand. You had questions. What?
Oh yeah, I can't see who's raised their hand.
I was trying to find it myself. I'm
All
just,
right, honey.
for those geeks that like, the leaderboard thing, like
Yeah.
do the training, like where is that for them?
You go to the hub and you go all the way down. It's under other useful links right here.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Useful links. So I need to go back.
Yeah, it's on the main page of the hub.
At the bottom.
It's on bottom left for me.
I see it right there. Okay, got it.
Okay, there you go. Training leaderboard. There you go. And if you're competitive, try to get your number up, lower. Actually, if you're ranked number 1, you're the highest. Okay.
Thanks.
Fun. They're going to game. Yeah, that's gamifying it. All right. So
Can you take it off so we could see everybody, Linda? Just so if we see people have questions, it's hard to, yeah, it's because it's so small even for me. I'm like, all right.
okay.
So does everyone feel a little more comfortable at least getting into the hub? Like last night, I didn't know where the compensation program was. I went in there, went up to US Resources, Business, and right there it was. And I downloaded phase 1 and 2. They were great. I would recommend you read them. And some of you are in phase 2, so you know what you need for the next level. But, before that, when Sandy and I were talking, is like we talked about, everyone needs to focus first on PB and POB. If you're a QSC or and above, you should be QSC and above, qualified sales coordinator above. You want to qualify your business. If you're a sales coordinator above, you want to qualify and be in POB. That should be your entire focus on active events, getting customers and new partners. Because remember, new partners, when they're not at sales coordinator 11 above, their points count for you and them. So you don't have to do the work alone. You want to be adding customers and partners with customers. Okay. And we really need people to get back in PB and POB. It's why so many people's checks have fallen by hundreds or thousands of dollars. So really have to be, and we've talked about that forever. And that's really the first basic before you can even go to the next level. Have to be in PB when you're QSC and above. If you're sales coordinator above, you need to be in PB and POB. Okay. So you really don't have to worry about anything else. So it's constant active events, inviting people. Remember the training we did last time, with what's your one person? Jerry, how did it go with your person? Remember, she had a hot lead. She was meeting. Okay, looks like she's having a little trouble getting unmuted. Well, in the
Yes, I
meantime-
did. I was
Oh,
having
okay.
trouble getting unmuted.
Okay.
It went to a blank screen and then
Okay.
I'm lost. She was not available. She was
Okay.
not there.
Okay.
So I have to do it in a
Okay.
little while.
Okay, all right. So new people, always new people in the funnel. But let's first, before we digress, I know we're over, let's first give Linda a big hand. Whew, and especially that she was very gracious when I said, is there any way I can interrupt your training today? And all of you stayed on. I appreciate it because it was so important. But we never, ever want to dismiss all the work that someone does with a handout and getting it to me and committing to a date. So thank you, Linda, for your wonderful attitude with me early this morning. I really, really appreciate that too, as a leader. So, because I know we work hard on trainings, so. And again, Linda's really helpful with the trainings. If you get stuck on something, box her. Let's use each other so we can build each other back up, because really, again, we just have to learn the new system and really still focus on activity and PB and POB. Okay, and that's it. All right, so one more hand for Linda. Thank you, Linda. Appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna put the
Question.
recording on stop.
With Valerie.